Charlie, it would be nice if you took a little responsibility for Jake's problems.
She's right, Charlie.
Me? What did I do?
Well, you taught him how to gamble.
You brought strange women into the house.
You taught him how to curse in Italian.
Your drinking sets a bad example.
Hey, let's get one thing straight. I taught him how to curse in Spanish.
Okay. Well, Jake and I had a wonderful talk, and now I'd like to speak with the grown-ups.
Aren't you coming in, Charlie?
No, I'm still trying to find the toothbrush in the tree here.
Oh, is this Uncle Charlie? Well, I definitely want to talk with Uncle Charlie.
Thanks a lot.
Well, please, make yourselves comfortable. Okay, well, Jake and I had a very nice little talk. I invited him to share his feelings with me in a confidential, non-threatening context. And after hearing everything he had to say, I must tell you, very frankly, who am I kidding? I got nothing.
That's it? $150 an hour for I got nothing?
It's 175, but that's not really the point now, is it?
What did he tell you?
Well, he claims nothing's bothering him. He claims there's nothing wrong, but when I probed just a little bit, he told me to besame culo.
You see? Spanish.
Hope you're proud of yourself, Charlie.
Hey, he's not a sulky little jerkwad because he learned a second language.
You see what my son's been living with?
Only because she threw me out.
What? I have a right to be happy.
Speaking of which, did I leave that girl at the house?
Shut up, Charlie.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Calm down.
I don't even know what he's doing here.
I'm trying to keep your kid from turning into a neurotic basket case like my brother.
Hey,
Maybe then he won't marry the first
because
woman he
I
meets.
you were allowed to brother. And I had to pay myself.
Even cows know words can hurt.
What is that? I think you do these things just to piss me off.
God, what happened?
Well, while I was trying to put it out, my brother stupidly called the fire department.
Why was that stupid?
Have you seen a Malibu fireman recently? They're all young, buff surfer dudes whipping their big hoses around. Amy and Beth jumped on their hook and ladder like a couple of Dalmatians. Never saw them again.
Ah, yes, the Malibu Fire Department. I have several patients who compulsively masturbate to their calendars.
No kidding.
Both sexes. So anyway, Charlie, I'm still not clear on what it is you would like me to help you with. Your anger issues, your sexual issues, drinking?
No, that's all cool.
Then tell me, why are you here?
Okay, well, I'm here to lay some groundwork for the future.
Some groundwork.
Yeah, I've come to realize that there's a very good chance that I might someday snap and kill my brother. And I figure if I'm already under a psychiatrist's care, then I can always cop an insanity plea.
You're thinking of killing your brother?
Doctor-patient confidentiality. Where's the bottle opener?
Check in the drawer by the coffee machine. Hey, what do you think of this for the new drapes?
Too small.
I think it's kind of cheerful. I'll put it in the maybe pile.
You do that.
You know, we're also going to have to reupholster the couch.
You think?
Well, there was a lot of water damage, which, quite frankly, I think was the result of the firemen showing off for the girls.
You could be right.
You know, I just want to tell you, I really appreciate you sticking by me in the past couple of days, you know, pulling me out of my funk. You really are a great brother. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I don't know what I'd do without you either. But golly, it's sure fun to think about.
Nothing seems to work. I've tried warm milk, exercise, meditation, self-hypnosis.
Why don't you just take a pill?
Because I don't need a pill. The root of my insomnia is psychological. That is why I'm sitting here with you, a psychologist.
I'm a psychiatrist, a medical doctor, which is why I can prescribe pills.
Is that some kind of shot at me because I'm just a chiropractor?
No, of course not. But I am a real doctor.
Look, can you help me or not? You know, delve into my subconscious, unravel the source of my problem?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. So, when was the last time you had sex?
This has nothing to do with sex. This has to do with alimony and ex-wives and child support and writing checks I can't cover and having to live on my brother's freaking hide-a-bed.
Okay, why don't we start with your brother?
What does my brother have to do with this?
Who's the doctor here?
Okay, that was a shot.
You got me. Now tell me about your brother.
What is there to say? He's 2 years older than me, but much more immature. He's charming and easygoing. Of course, why shouldn't he be? He's never had to work for anything in his entire life. Money and women just seem to fall into his big, fat, lucky lap.
So you resent him?
Oh, no, I love him. He took me in when I needed a place to live.
Okay. You say you love your brother, you're grateful for his help, and yet it must be difficult to watch him sail through life while you remain a complete and utter failure.
I didn't say I was a complete failure.
Huh. Why is it in my notes? Continue.
Okay. Well, the worst part is that as selfish and promiscuous as Charlie is, he hasn't suffered any consequences. No palimony suits, no bullet wounds from angry husbands. Not so much as a lousy urinary tract infection.
And yet you love him.
Well, he's family. Oh, I get it. You think it's this internal contradiction that's the source of my insomnia.
What do you think?
I think you may be right. But how do I resolve it?
Well, that's a good question. But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Already?
You dozed off for 40 minutes, Alan.
You're gonna charge me for that?
I was awake.
Fine. Can I write you a check?
Oh, boy. Alan, you know, when a patient tells me they're writing checks they can't cover, I kind of have a little cash-only policy.
All right. Where's the closest ATM?
Downstairs in the lobby.
I'll be right back.
I'll walk with you. Why don't we put your marriage on the back burner for now? Let's talk about your childhood.
I had a very happy childhood, filled with wonderful memories.
Your parents still together?
No, I don't want to talk about it. All right, fine. My first childhood memory was my father disappearing when I was 3.
He abandoned you and your mother?
No, he disappeared. He was an amateur magician. It was a signature trick. And then when I was 4, he ran off with a lady sword swallower. At least that's what my mother called her. In retrospect, it might have been a euphemism.
So what was your mother like?
Well, after Dad left, she raised me by herself.
How was that?
It was great. Well, she did everything for me, and I always felt safe with her.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It was. And the saddest day of my life is when it ended.
Why? What happened?
I got married.
Hello. How did your wife and your mother get along?
Not very well. I don't know why, though. Maybe it was just because they were so different.
I see. Tell me more about your wife.
Bridget, she's great. She did everything for me, and I always felt very safe with her. Well, isn't that what I said about my mother?
Oh, well, then you went and beat me to it.
I wonder if when we get right down to it, I married my mother.
And we're off. $350 an hour, you can say anything you want.
Okay, well, there is something that's been kind of gnawing at me. Well, this friend of mine,
Your friend.
yeah, a friend.
It's your money, Charlie.
Okay. Is it possible that I could be gay without knowing it?
Why do you ask?
Well, my brother's got this friend. And...
We're talking $7 a minute.
No. This friend's real. He's gay, and apparently I triggered his gaydar.
Well, I can understand that.
You can? You can?
Let me ask you something, Charlie. Have you ever had sex with a man?
No, absolutely not. All right, I copped a feel once, but I was drunk and he had breasts.
Hey, is Jake ready?
Jake, your father's here. He'll be right out.
Good. So, how have you been?
Good, and you?
Good.
Oh, come here. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. What did I do?
Oh, Alan, you don't have to hide anymore. Jake told me all about you and Greg, and I just want you to know I completely support you.
Gee, Judith.
Is that him in the car? Gee, he's cute. Hello! Oh, and that must be his daughter? I can see why Jake has a crush on her.
Yeah, we're taking him to the movies.
Oh, this makes so much sense. I can't believe I didn't see this when we were married.
See what?
Oh, come on, Alan. You picking out my clothes, your neat fetish, the show tunes, the sex?
There was no sex.
Exactly. All these years you were so miserable, and look at you now. You're glowing.
No, wait, hang on a second. The reason that there was no... Really? I'm glowing?
To think all this time I've been blaming myself because the marriage didn't work out.
No, I'm pretty sure you've been blaming me.
It was nobody's fault, Alan. I'm just so glad that you finally accepted who you really are.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Sophie.
You boys are so cute with your double dates.
Listen, Judith.
I almost forgot. Your mother told me to tell you that she's behind you 100%.
When did you talk to my mother?
Well, after Jake told me, I called her.
Why?
We had a little bet. It's not important. Bye-bye.
I mean, okay, I do care about my appearance. Plus, I've got mother issues and a bit of a flair for interior design. You know, sconces, throw pillows, bric-a-brac. But when it comes to penises, I am pretty clear that the only one I want winking at me is my own.
Who are you trying to convince here, Charlie? Me or you?
You. And then I want you to convince me.
Why do you need convincing?
Wow. Good question.
Thanks. Once in a while, I get a little wood on the ball.
I mean, it has been suggested to me that all of my womanizing is just my way of overcompensating.
And who suggested that?
Mostly the women I was overcompensating on top of.
Well, this is a very interesting area.
Thanks for seeing me on such short notice, Doc.
Not a problem, Charlie. So, what's the big emergency?
Why does it have to be an emergency? Maybe I just wanted to check in.
Well, you left 6 messages on my service.
Oh, that was just a liquored up fella hitting the speed dial.
All right, I got 5 minutes before my next patient, so why don't you just give me the headlines?
All right. I'm seeing a woman.
Well, that's not a headline, Charlie. That's the name of the paper.
I know, but she's different from the type of woman I usually go out with.
Yeah, different how?
Well, she's a little older.
Well, you really couldn't go younger without having to register with the authorities.
I mean, she's older than me.
Oh, we have our headline.
And I'm confused because I have really strong feelings towards her.
Do you find her attractive?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
How's the sex?
We haven't had sex yet.
Hold the presses. We have a new headline.
Do I have to pay extra for the sarcasm?
No, it's a flat rate.
The thing is, we get along great. She's warm, nurturing, supportive, and I feel really safe with her.
Well, let's see. You're involved with an older woman who's warm, nurturing, and supportive. You feel very safe with her, and you haven't had sex. Now, what male-female relationship does that suggest?
I feel like I should know this one.
Take your time.
Older, nurturing, warm. Mrs. Butterworth?
Charlie, this woman you're seeing is a mother figure.
A mother figure? I said she's warm, nurturing, and supportive. The words toxic she-devil did not pass my lips.
My point is, because your real mother didn't give you what you need emotionally, you're responding to it in this relationship.
No. This is not a mother thing. Now, my brother Alan, he's the needy one. He practically wants to sit in this woman's lap and breastfeed. And not in the fun way.
So Alan's met her.
Yeah. And he's clinging to her like a tree monkey, which is really pissing me off.
So you're competing with your brother for the attention of an older, nurturing woman.
Boy, you're just a one-string banjo, aren't you?
What do you want me to tell you, Charlie? I can only play the notes in front of me.
I want you to cut through all the psychobabble and tell me why I'm so confused.
I just did.
You're gonna stick with the mother thing, huh?
Plink. Plink. Look, Charlie, I've got my next patient waiting. If you like, we can make a weekly appointment and really explore these issues. In fact, twice a week might not be overdoing it.
No, thanks. I prefer to deal with my demons as they escape.
All right.
So what do I owe you?
Well, I get $200 an hour. You were here for 5 minutes, so why don't we just round it off and say $200?
Man, even hookers prorate.
Hookers don't have to listen to you, Charlie. Goodbye.
Bye, Doc. Good session.
Hi, come on in.
Thanks for seeing me last night. I think I'm in love with my brother's girlfriend.
Mia, how do you feel about Mia getting married and moving on with her life?
I feel fine about it. I'm happy for her.
No remorse, no regrets?
Not really. It's been a long time.
Okay. So when did you learn about her upcoming nuptials?
I don't know. A couple of weeks ago? Yep, 2 weeks.
You carry the announcement around with you?
Yeah, why?
No reason. And you say you've been dating a lot.
A little more than usual.
When did that new pattern start?
Gee, I don't know. It's got to be a couple of weeks now. What?
Oh, come on, Charlie. Just because I get paid by the hour doesn't mean this should take forever. It's pretty clear that the news about this woman getting married has hurt you, and you're acting out.
Man, you shrinks want to bring everything back to feelings, don't you?
Think it has anything to do with your toilet training?
No.
Well, then I guess we're stuck with feelings. Now, when you read that announcement, how did you feel?
I don't know. How you feel when the woman you were once in love with is getting married to another guy.
Describe it.
Describe it?
Just for fun.
It's hard to say exactly. I guess it's kind of like a trap door opens up under your feet and you're falling. And at the same time, there's this enormous pressure on your chest, like a big animal, maybe a possum or a raccoon is sitting on it. And you can't catch your breath.
Possum or a raccoon?
If you're writing it down, say raccoon.
Will do.
I don't know why I said possum.
It's okay. Do you think it's possible that this feeling of falling and the raccoon on your chest is a physical manifestation of unexpressed grief?
Grief?
You know, sadness.
How do you read sadness into that?
Look, Charlie, you're a smart guy. Emotionally, But you got to see what's going on here. You're using this series of meaningless sexual liaisons to to run away from your feelings about losing this woman.
No, I'm sorry. I don't see it. Let's keep looking. What about my mom getting married? That can upset a fella, right? Make him go all ancient Greek and poke his eyes out?
Oh, come on, Charlie. You loved this woman. And I'd say you still love her. And deep down, maybe you were hoping someday you'd get back together. And the only reason you're not sitting here weeping is because it's too painful for you.
I'm sorry. I just can't see it.
You can't see it because your penis is in the way.
Thank you.
Not a compliment, Charlie.
Says you.
Look, you have a very simple choice here. You can honestly confront these emotions and learn the lessons they bring, or you can drive yourself into an early grave with indiscriminate sex.
Define early.
Charlie, I'm getting married in an hour.
So I'm not too late.
Oh, you are so too late.
Just hear me out.
Oh my God, what happened to you?
No big deal. I just yanked a kid out of the way of a speeding bus. Got clipped by the side mirror. Okay, that's a bunch of crap. But this is the truth. Mia, I have never felt about any woman like I feel about you. And the thought of you marrying some other guy it's breaking my heart. So, I'm just going for broke here. Ow, 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 ow. Mia, I love you. I will always love you, and I want you to marry me.
Honey, the photographer wants to... What's going on?
Daddy, I told you about Charlie Harper, remember?
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, sir. I'd like to ask you for your daughter. How much did you tell him? You really blew it this time.
Did I now? How so?
I've fallen in love with Chelsea.
Oop, my bad.
Damn right you're bad. There were plenty of medications that would have turned me into a happy little potato, but would you prescribe them? No. You said I had to get in touch with my feelings and express them to the people I care about.
Sorry, I must have been drunk.
No, it's too late for excuses.
I'm sensing something happened with Chelsea.
Oh, you're good. There's no sliding anything past you. Hey, last night I dreamt I was a giant hot dog jumping through a donut that looked like my mother. What do you suppose that means?
All right, Charlie, you've made your point. Now tell me what happened. We can go back to the donut dream later.
It wasn't a real dream. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I know, but the fact that you chose that particular imagery is a little troubling. Now, what happened with Chelsea?
I told her I loved her, and you know what she said?
This process isn't really about me guessing, Charlie.
She said, thank you.
Interesting. How did that make you feel?
No more feelings. You tried it your way. Now just take out your little prescription pad and start scribbling.
You don't need medication, Charlie. You're actually making tremendous progress.
Are you not listening to a thing I say?
I drift in and out. Look, the fact that you're upset about this tells me you've come a long way from the guy who first walked into this office.
The guy who first walked into this office was a happy-go-lucky, fully functioning man whore, and I want him back.
Men, manly men.